There we go. Hello there, Eco Gypsy. I'm just going to record this last screw. This has been one hell of an epic saga, this bloody roof. Anyway, it's all done. So we're watertight. Looks good down, I must admit. So all finished, just ridges and trims to do. Anyway, on to the next job. Eventually the roof's done, so won't get back up there until we have to put the ridge strip on. I'm determined to use these bloody slates somewhere, so I'm going to attempt to membrane this back wall out. Just boarded this up with some old board we had laid about. I'm just going to put the membrane over and then shingle this. It should be quite an effective look, and just again, it's using the materials I've got laid here anyway. But I've got a massive hangover this morning, so might not go as well as I plan. But anyway, keep watching. Just while I can and while it's dry, I might as well just give this bare wood a bit of a coat up. It's a bit overkill again, but it's better to do it now, I suppose, before we start doing anything else. I don't think this side of the actual workshop's going to get that much weather anyway. I was sort of fairly sheltered around here, but so I've got a bit of this roofing stuff left. This is like the waterproof underlay we use for the roof, so we're going to pin that up here. It's a bit of added protection. I've got an awful hangover.
It's your own fault.
No sympathy off the missus. And I bought 7 caravans. So we didn't achieve a lot the other day with a steaming hangover. Managed to get a lot done at all, but we're back on it today, clear-headed, and going to start putting some slates on and just see what this ends up looking like. I'm hoping the overall effect's going to be quite good. So just nail a few up and see where we get to. So what we've done here is we've doubled up this bottom layer, so where the joints are, there's a full slate behind here, so when the water runs down here, I mean, I don't think we're going to get a lot of weather on this end anyway, but when the water does run down here, it's going to hit a slate on the bottom. Then we now run the next row over of singles, so single will come over to cover these nail holes, and then so on and so on, so eventually we'll have them like that. These are quite handy because they're 24-inch slates, so they cover a hell of a lot. We're going probably a 50-50, which is more than we need, but I just wanted to cover these nail holes up to make sure that's going to be totally watertight. So we've got a little bit of a kick here.
we'll have to see how that is. We might have to put a tiny, very thin batten just up on that end just to take that kick out. So as you can see, we've got a little bit of that going on. So we ended up putting a batten on here just to take that kick out, so there's no, so they sit flat now without kicking off. It's only about, I don't know, 5mm batten, but just to make them lay a little bit better. You can see it takes shape quite quickly. Right, so we're on the top row here now. What I was going to do is just put this row in here and then just put a little bit of wood trim over it, just to cover these last nail holes. But I've got quite a few halves here, so I think what I might end up doing is just running a half over all the way up and up here as well. So I'll put this row in, see what that looks like. I deliberately aren't doing a massive amount of footage because I think with this sort of stuff, it's the end result that people really are interested in seeing, and once we get these on and cleaned up, you'll sort of get a better impression of how it's all going to look when it's done. Back of my head don't make brilliant viewing, so we'll get these last few on. I'll take a couple more shots before the end, and I'll just show you what they look like once I've had a scrub up. All right, nice one. Yeah, I think I'm going to just run in a half line at the top there just to keep it evenly random, I'm going to say, but I think it's going to look better than running a wood trim over it. Yeah, I still think I'm going to need a trim on the top, but it definitely look better with them half bits on, and probably just run a trim underneath that sill there. We're all a bit random. I don't think this would pass as on a roof, but as a bit of a shingle on the side, I think that's going to look okay. Right, well, I'm about to run out of battery, so that's about it for today. I think we're definitely going to have to put a strip across the top just to cover those last screw heads up, or these last nail heads. So strip across here, I think, and maybe some down the side, but say I don't think that'd pass on a roof, but as a wall I think they're quite effective. Need to get the pressure washer on these really, just to bring them up a bit. All in all though, I'll do a shot when it's all completely finished and the trims are all on, but all in all I think it's quite an effective way of getting a covering really. And yeah, at last I got to use the last of them slates up. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.